Hello, everybody. Welcome to All Villa, No Filler. Please remember to like and subscribe, and please do vote for us in the Football Content Awards Best Podcast Premier League, for which we have been nominated. The link is below here on YouTube in the pinned comment. Now, Ipswich Town 2, Aston Villa 2. Uh, Fair play to Ipswich. I think you saw some signs today. I think that's 4 draws in a row now for them. You saw signs today of a team that is smartly coached and has enough about them to compete and stay in the Premier League for sure. I think Leif Davis, we talked about in the preview show, focused heavily on him, and I thought, particularly first half, I thought he was their most effective player. And I think that Liam Delap, we talked about him at length, didn't we? And we said, don't give Liam Delap lots of space to stride into. And what did Villa do in the second half? Gave him a moment where he could stride into the second half, our own half and score. So, with regards to Villa, I didn't like it. I didn't like that performance at all. I just didn't. From the first 5 minutes, I was thought something feels a bit off. And there are times I've said this before where I feel like Aston Villa go from composed to casual. Today, there were just too many examples to me where it felt like it, whilst we had a lot of possession, we seemed casual. We seemed to make mistakes constantly where it would just be like, sort of not concentrating, almost not being alive and aware and not being brave at just going at them. We'd get to the final third and constantly pull back and then just make the simple pass. And there just felt like times where, like in the first half, again, we talked about this in the preview, like one of the ways to pin Leif Davis back is to get Leon Bailey going at him all the time. And the one time we really got Bailey into the game, or Bailey really got into the game as well, was when he went at Leif Davis, crosses the ball into the area, and Ollie Watkins scores a great header. It's like I just don't understand why we didn't do that more regularly, and why we were just didn't do anything in the final third. Really, I just thought we were not, you know, it genuinely wasn't really until Buendia came on the pitch that I started to think, okay, I'm starting to feel like we can maybe open them up now. There's a player there who's looking to do that. Otherwise, it just felt like everybody was kind of half-heartedly trying to do that. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. I thought it was too casual. I thought the first half, the atmosphere was very quiet, and it was almost like it seeped into the game itself. It felt like a very quite a passive game. It wasn't not lots going on. I think, as I said, I think Leif Davis was causing a lot of problems down the left, and Emi Martinez, could he have done better for the first goal? Yeah, but then he made some massive saves as well. Um, and as well, the first goal again. When I talk about this casual feel today, Ezri Konsa, what is he doing? What, like Villa just not clearing the lines, two chances to do it, fast asleep. Anana's not tracking Delap. He's not like he's sort of jogging back to get into position. It just the whole thing reflected what I'm saying about Villa's performance today. I don't know. It's extremely rare. I come away being quite unhappy about a Villa performance these days, particularly under Emery. But I just didn't like it. Didn't like it today. And yeah, I think our first goal symbolized or showed up exactly what the problem was. And then we did very well to get back into it. Jacob Greaves, I've no idea what he's doing. Gets it to Morgan Rogers. Really good finish. Good work between him and Ollie Watkins. I thought Watkins played well. Thought he was alive today. He was one of the few players who were trying to make things happen. And then and then our second goal, again, brilliant work from Leon Bailey. Good header. Just there we go. If it's just been a bit more of that, I feel like going at them, taking them on, we just weren't confident enough to do it today at all. Um, but second half, we got away with it being 2-1 up because they had a couple of chances they should have scored in the first half as well. Second half, we were again like mostly in control for the first 15 minutes. Well, probably first half an hour really. But again, like I was thinking, like we've had loads of the ball, but we've done absolutely nothing in the final third. Can't think of a single thing we've done in the second half. Like I feel like we've been all over them, but we're not doing anything or creating anything. Um, and I thought Bailey, he didn't really get involved in the second half. That when Philogene came on, I don't think he did very well on the right. It wasn't a great start for him there, but He's a quality player. He'll grow and grow, but I just don't think today was his day. Duran wasn't great. I thought Buendia looked quite effective when he came on. He probably should have been on a little bit earlier, actually. Um, and um, and yeah, and then I mean their goal just comes from Ezri Konsa making a pass he doesn't need to make. It's sort of like I've just said we needed to do a bit more in the final third. In that sense, what I mean is going at them more, taking them on, trying a few more take-ons. It was just a poor pass from Konsa, who just is a centre back. Just he is at his best at centre back. Konsa playing him at right back, he's a centre back. And then Carlos, I mean, I've said it enough. I don't think I need to reiterate the point much more really on Carlos. I don't just don't rate him. Don't rate him. And just got done, absolutely done by Delap. He didn't know whether to go stick or twist with him. Eventually makes his mind up to go with him and just gets done. I mean, that was abysmal defending. And the space that Delap had because Konsa had gone forward and given the ball away. I just wish Konsa was the centre back. I wish we'd done more. Well, no, that's not fair. I wish over the summer we'd been able to fit because when we looked at the squad, we said, didn't we? The right centre back and the right back area this season feels like where Villa are, missing something. They're missing some depth, and having it just feels like that showed itself again today. We're constantly putting Konsa out of position, whereas when he's best as a centre back, Carlos just isn't at the level. I think, just don't think he is, and that's that. So yeah, it's a really frustrating draw because if you want to be top four again, you got to stop conceding goals all the time. We haven't kept a single clean sheet this season. Constantly conceding goals, constantly going behind, constantly having to fight our way back into games. We're a brilliant football team. We play great football. We have fantastic players, but in the end, there's a limit to how far we can go until we sort the defensive issues out. And we continuously doing this. I personally would rather see Nedeljkovic at right back at some point in Konsa in the centre. I think he gets Bayern Munich, you're going to have to go with experience. So it probably is going to have to be Carlos again and Konsa at right back. But, if we're conceding sloppy goals, now we've got Bayern Munich midweek and we've got Man United at home next week. If we concede goals early against those guys, either side, just giving ourselves a mountain to climb, an absolute mountain, and it just has to be something we've got to address like rapidly because it's going to cost us. It really is. Yeah, I'm actually quite annoyed. That's one of the rare occasions I feel like I've just come in and I'm quite annoyed about our performance. But I thought, yeah, generally Ipswich did a very good job. They're a well coached team. They're going to be difficult to beat, I think, this season. And Sam Morsey should have been off. The referee, I don't give out a referees on this. We don't give out a referees on this podcast. Just today, a lot of the decisions. I think if I was assessing him, I'd be like, don't understand the consistency here with you, and I don't understand why Morsey wasn't off. I think definitely the tackle on Fergie, and that he'd broken his limit and he had to go off, but. For some reason, he didn't book him. To give him a second booking for it. So, it is what it is. But in the end, we gotta at the end of this season we might look back on this and go, actually, Ipswich away is a really difficult fixture. Not a lot of teams do that well there. And they have picked up a fair amount of points there. We might be saying that at the end of the season. We might be looking back on this and going, actually, that was all right as a point. But I just feel like the top teams will go there and, the ones we're competing with now will go there and get the job done and won't commit the same sort of defensive errors that we did. Simple as that. So, yeah, not delighted with that. But anyway, look, we go on. It's a point, whatever. Bayern Munich, Champions League, bring it on, up the Villa.